Are we on air? Yes, we are. Sweet. We are streaming. Awesome. Alrighty then. So I'm going to wait a bit, and I'm going to explain to people what's the plan for today. Receiving your content. Your audience will see it in a moment. Get ready. You are now live. The internet can totally see you now. To stop using your encoder. Wait, what? See you now. To stop using your encoder. That's... no idea what it's talking about there. Anyway, I need to hear myself, so... Alrighty then. So I'm going to wait a bit. I'm going to... Woohoo! And thank you, Trickster Zora. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. I'm going to wait a bit for some people to show up, because we got the best part. Actually going to start overclocking some Nintendo 64... well, overclocking the Pi for some Nintendo 64 games, or... I know how most of these games turn out, but I'd like to have a live stream to show people, or at least as much as the live stream can actually do, because my internet seems to suck. Welcome to the world of tomorrow. I mean, the internet. I mean, to be fair, we wish everything worked like the internet. You could just walk along and... what was it? I like the Futurama episode where they like it was basically the internet was virtual reality. That was amazing. Some good stuff. So I do apologize for the humming in the background. That is the fan going off that I have for my Pi. Decent, ain't OCing, and decent, ain't overclocking the Pi, voiding the warranty though. It only voids the warranty under a few circumstances actually. The first one is if you run turbo mode, which turbo mode on the Pi basically means it's maxing all of your settings to as far as the Pi can go. But anyway, yeah, but no, so I think it's like first turbo, like in the config file, I think it's equals 0, and if you equal that to 1, that will void the warranty. There's another reason why you can void the warranty. I think if you set, another way, which the only way you can do this is by doing forced turbo anyway. But after you do the forced turbo, you can also overclock you can go further on the voltage, which helps with stability on the Raspberry Pi. So if you do that as well, along with, I mean, you have to do it already with the forced turbo. I can't speak to void your warranty, and also if your Pi goes over 85 degrees, which should not happen at all under any normal circumstances. I'm sure even with the heat, without the normal heat sinks. So currently, my Raspberry Pi right now has 2 specific heat sinks that I bought. Usually the ones that come with it aren't bad, but I bought the ones that had more spacing in between it. So I think I spent an extra $5, but there's more spacing in between the things, and also it came with a copper plate to put on the bottom of the CPU, which I would never think about, because modern PCs, you can't really have the CPU sticking out of it. So I would never think, oh, you should cool it from the bottom too. But anyway, my fan is also a thermal Take 2 fan, which apparently some people use to help keep their regular laptops cool. So, yeah, like it's not something you would actually build into your computer. It's a USB fan, but an actual decent USB fan, and it gets the job done. Like, I'm sure I don't even need the heat sinks with this fucking thing. Sorry for my language, by the way. I'm a cursor. So anyway, to talk about the settings that I have going right now, I posted it on the basic info for the stream, but I don't know anything about YouTube streaming, so in case people don't know this, I'm going to say this in the video anyway. The current settings are the ARM frequency is at 1400, which is pretty decent. I think it's above average for most Raspberry Pi 3s. Okay, I thought it voided the warranty of the 3 because of no official support menu for overclocking. There is no official overclocking settings in the Pi menu, and the reason for this is because there is no... what the Pi is outputting right now is the most they could get out of the Pi, every single Pi. Because this is the second, actually, Raspberry Pi 3 I had to buy. The first one I had could not keep any stability after going over a little bit. No, I know, but about the whole cursing thing, I know, but so many people came to my original Pi video and complained about the fact that I cursed, and they think the video is like 100, like video was perfect, it was a good video, but then you had to say the F word, so that means this video sucks now. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that I think it's the overclocking Pi video I made brought in both people who play video games and techies. I think the techies are the one complaining about the cursing, despite the fact that anybody who plays video games on on YouTube realizes that cursing is like basically all what's going on it. So, but anyway, back to the overclocking settings that I'm using. ARM frequency is 1400. It's around above average for most Pis. I think 1300 is usually what most Pis can get out of, and I think 1200 is the regular one. What I read on GitHub for the RetroPie is that the GPU and core frequency settings should be the same. So I have them, and at least from my own personal tests, I believe they also outdo better. It ends up being better having them both be the same. So the GPU and core frequencies are both set to 600. The GPU setting sets like a bunch of different settings at once, including, and the Pi's falling asleep on me. It's like, yes, I already know this. But it sets a bunch of other settings, which includes the V3D frequency equals 500 I put below it, but I don't believe you can set those individually. I believe it'll go to the GPU core frequency first. So, or the regular GPU frequency, and the core frequency is the graphics card. So FYI. And or that's the GPU. It's the graphics card, which is weird that the core frequency is not the GPU. So the wording on here is weird. And the SD RAM is the regular RAM, which I think the GPU frequency can usually overclock at, I think 600 is the basic above average, but they can get above 600 rarely. And I believe the normal is either 400 or 500. Could be wrong here. The SD RAM is the RAM of the device. 500 is average for overclocking. So most Pis can get to 500. So that's the only one that's average. The 1400 and 600 is basically the above average. So that's pretty good. And the overvoltage is set to 6 because that's the best I could get for stability on the Raspberry Pi 3 when overclocking. And the only other thing is that when you are playing... Oh, let me read this real quick from Trickster. I understand why exactly about cursing, yeah. Gamers and techies usually just curse after all, as long as it's not spammy. Yeah, as long as you're not just cursing after cursing after cursing, which I can do a lot. It's just how I was in high school. And thanks for the info. Sorry for asking. Got no Pi yet myself. Hey, that's perfectly fine. Ask any questions away. That's what this is for, is to show people this off. And 64 lags on Raspberry Pi. Yes, it does, which is why people want to find every little thing they can do to make it better. To spoil my own personal opinion about this, in my personal opinion, you should wait for the Raspberry Pi 4 if you want to see whether or not if getting N64 games working is what you need to sell it to you. What was about to, but I'm aiming on getting such cartridge reader first to grow the library instead of relying on downloads. Yeah, that's cool. Go official. I'm cool with that. Hell, I have a FrameMeister right now. That was a $400 purchase, and personally, I stuck with the FrameMeister was a $400 purchase because they're about to go out of stock soon, and I don't even know how they are right now. But at the time, this summer they were, and it was like, okay, I got to get this now because it's basically one of the best scalers out there. And what I plan on doing is I don't really plan on getting an official collection, though recently I did buy Diddy Kong Racing, 007, and Perfect Dark because I at least wanted to have those games like in my collection. I bought them off eBay. But I plan on just getting an EverDrive 64 in the future, and also getting like either the Ultra HDMI, or I'm going to go with the SCART modification, which has the deblur option that makes N64 games not a smeared mess. Seriously, to anybody watching, watch My Life in Gaming. They have all of the details on getting your official consoles to look fucking perfect. So anyway, about my last setting here. So the last setting, if you're ever editing config files on the Raspberry Pi, the very last one, there are like 4 different options for GPU memory. I believe the original is supposed to be 200... Wait, no, what is it? It's supposed to be like I think it's 260. The last one is 1024 equals 260. It's actually a good idea to have it set to 320 for Nintendo 64 games, and I believe 520 for any other type of game if you're overclocking, so including like the PSP or the Dreamcast, which is overclocking things I'll be doing in the future. So actually, I don't know if I'll do streams of those just because it's getting near the end of this and I kind of want to get these videos along the way. But Nintendo 64 I know is what most people are looking for, so that's why I wanted to do this and just, have some fun and we can talk and stuff while doing this. So anyway, yeah, so I think we're good to go. I think we can start heading into the Raspberry Pi now. Again, apologize for the humming in the background. That's the fan going off because you got to keep it cool. If you guys end up seeing anything in the corner of the screen, the reason for this is because I think it's like a temperature gauge, that means the Pi is overheating, so that means I'll have to turn it up. So anyway, even though it's hard if the Retroid ain't in stock, but at least it'll work. I think emulation on PC beats every quality mod. Yeah, and Nintendo 64 might actually be a few instances, but the Ultra HDMI is really good for what I've seen coincidentally. Today, Mike Jr. 7 apparently talking about it one time. The other day, I talk about it one time. So the only thing I'd argue about Nintendo 64 emulation, it's one of the hardest systems to emulate. Not as bad as like the Sega Saturn, but it's still pretty up there. So while it looks better on most devices, we're having stream issues. At least on my stream, I don't know. It could be me. But anyway, yeah, so even though the, in my personal opinion, sticking with Nintendo 64 is probably actually one of the few consoles you want to actually have the official system for, because most other systems have issues when it comes to emulating, and Nintendo 64 is just, it's odd. So that's my personal opinion anyway. I'm sure some people, especially depending on what you're doing, So anyway, let's get into this. And funny enough, one of the two hardest things we're going to be starting off here is or should I start from the bottom? I'll start from the bottom, work to the top. Hey, no, I'm going into the wrong settings here. So, no, Metal Jesus Rocks, another YouTuber. Oh, okay, MJR. Sorry. Why did I think that was me? No, yeah, Mike Jr. Yeah, I guess that kind of works. Yeah, another YouTuber about retro games. Yeah, no issues here, by the way. Cool, good to hear. So it's probably just my internet trying to both. Me streaming to you guys and me getting the feed. But yeah, no, he's done some good stuff as well. I know he did that video recently on the GameCube, the plug-and-play version of the HDMI cable, which turned out pretty well despite the fact that the guy built it a little wrong. The Wii got to be an exception, though. Yeah, GameCube and Wii turned out really well. Actually, I was watching a video recently about Nintendo, this dude of upscaling games to 4K through emulation and how Mario Galaxy apparently looked really good. And it honestly did. It's like, even though it's using the basic settings, just going to the regular resolution did a lot. So anyway, we'll start from the bottom, work to the top. Smash Bros. Is actually a difficult game to emulate because it runs at 60 FPS. So, and also from what I've heard, having multiple controllers on trying to get multiple input devices on the Pi will lag it. Other systems wouldn't be as big of a deal, but 3D is where the problem comes into multiplayer. So, and also you'll see the FPS in the corner of the screen. So this one's specifically supposed to be 60. I don't know the frame rates of all the games, FYI, but I know generally the right amount. So as you can see, cutscene's a little laggy, so we're going to skip this. But, who cares about the cutscene? We're all about gameplay here. So we'll go into the regular settings. Usually when I test, you test out the first 2 levels. Okay, also the menu's very laggy as well. And this is even after everything. Oh god, it's even worse than I thought. I'll stick with Kirby because he's my man. I love Kirby. We'll go blue Kirby, why not? I love this. Link looks like Hitler. He's got a fucking mustache. That kills me every time. Every time I test this damn one, because I've done gradual tests to see how emulation is affected on the Pi, and having watched that a bunch of times, because this is a pretty decent game, but it's honestly not that bad compared to the original. Also, we're using the original Glide plugin for this as well for all games because it's genuinely the best plugin to use. So, I didn't test every game the other day, but I did do a stream where I tested overclocking. What does that say? Saw that recently. Just amazing had Smash Brothers issues with PAL copy on PC. Yeah, I could see that as well because PAL with the 50 hertz issue, so games ended up being slower. Though sometimes, apparently, they would specifically slow down games that didn't need to be slowed down, because I thought about that recently with some games. Because I think, I could be wrong, but I think Nintendo actually purposefully... I could be wrong about this, but I think I heard that Nintendo purposefully slowed down Ocarina of Time because they thought the game would be too fast for them. I could be thinking of a different game, but it's... I don't know. People are weird when they take games from country to country, you know? It's like how there's a, we don't want this game to be too hard mentality for America from Japan. Like, taking from games from Japan to America, and yet Nintendo was also like, but we don't want the game to be too fast for them PAL users. They're too used to them 50 hertz. Sorry, I'm trying to remember how that... I can't get that to work. I don't know why B button's being weird. So, if you guys ever seen this level before, this is actually running pretty well. Lag is very minimal, and while this wouldn't be a... how do I say this? This wouldn't be a game that I would be like, oh yeah, you can it's totally playable, and you can put this in competitive now. But, you know, if you play, you know, if you care about playing Smash Brothers just because you want to relive it, honestly, after overclocking, this isn't too bad. I mean, levels like this one and the Kirby level are probably up there with some of the worst. No, I know that wasn't the issue. I was just bringing up the fact... Oh, no! Don't... Okay. I didn't want them to get it. Oh, yeah. The Mother franchise. Oh, God. I'm still surprised they haven't done Mother 3 yet. Especially after... I figured they would do it just in memory of Satoru Iwata, considering how important he was to the Mother... Well, Mother 2 and 3, he didn't have much to do with Mother 1. But after his death, I figured Nintendo would be like, you know what, he was an important part in getting Mother 3 to even happen, along with Shigeru Miyamoto. If I remember correctly, they actually shared a cab together with Shigesato Itoi, and he was like, hey, do you think you could get it to work on the... Do you think you could get the device to work on the, you know, the game to work on the... I keep wanting to say the Pi, the Game Boy Advance, and he's like, oh, I guess. And, you know, despite the fact that it was just like, Itoi said it on a whim... They were like, oh no, we'll just go with it. I gotta watch out. He can actually deflect the thing. You know, for the longest time, I thought Kirby's up B ability in Smash Brothers was fucking, was the sword. But being a fan of, a lot more of a fan of Kirby now and playing Superstar and stuff, it's actually the cutter ability. It's weird. He only does it when he does melee attacks in Superstar and Superstar Ultra. I'm having some weird issues with the controls here. Why isn't the... Oh, wait, no, select doesn't work. Duh. How do you... I forgot how you get Kirby to lose his ability here. In Smash Bros. Yeah, how did you do it in the first two in the GameCube as well? Because I think the select button still does it now for Kirby. I know it does that in the actual games. Actually, how do you get rid of... It might be the C buttons. I mean, it's possible. They own it, and all they have to do is just get somebody to translate it. And even the person who's made the original Mother 3 fan translation has said they will let Nintendo use the fan translation. So, you know, and the thing is, I've heard a lot of people complain like, oh, well, Nintendo's not going to do that. And it's like, the issue isn't about whether or not Nintendo wants to do it. It's whether or not it would make their job easier, because that's what Ys did. If you don't know Ys, the game with the Y in front of it, the action RPG. I think the first two games for the PSP ended up using the original, the fan translation as a basis to go off of, which would make their job 100 times easier. All right, after the break the targets, we're gonna call it quits for Smash Brothers, and we'll go on to Super Mario 64. Oh God. You know, I really like these Smash things. I wish I'm kind of sad they're not the same. I'm sad people don't have their own unique levels to really show off their kind of work. Because it kind of shows off how each character works and different things you can do. Yeah, that's true. The game is kind of weird, but honestly, I could see Nintendo back in the day having trouble with localizing this series, or localizing Mother. There we go. I could see a Nintendo wondering about Mother, but... Or Mother 3 with some of the sensitive stuff, but honestly, with it being Virtual Console, I don't know if they'd honestly care as much, because they know most people going to buy it are going to be people who are fans of the game. Well, I don't know. Oh, I said I was done. Let's get out of this. I think it all depends. Nintendo's a weird company. They do weird stuff sometimes, you know. Like, the fact that they're actually focusing on getting a mature market to the Switch, like mature games, and getting games like Doom and Wolfenstein onto the Switch, I think shows that Nintendo's starting to change their attitude about games, which is, I think, important to them. I like their attitude when it comes to making individual games, but their business strategy is kind of, in just some stuff they're still picky about, is still kind of like insane, you know? It's like how even on the Wii, I was have Nazi symbols in the game. And yet now we have Wolfenstein where it has a Nazi symbol on the Switch. That's an advertisement that a game on a Nintendo console. So I think that shows hopefully Nintendo's, I don't know, has some kind of a different mindset. I would get it day one. Yeah, no, me too. I mean, I've never played through any Mother game all the way. The closest this scene come over here is overclocking. It's almost non-existent. A game that actually does really well with overclocking. Played perfect, but it really doesn't. Did you get Vanguard Bandit? No, I haven't bought anything yet. No, I wrote it down. Like I said, it's on my long list of games to play. So, and about the Minish Cap Let's Play, I would love to do a Minish Cap Let's Play, but I'd have to do a casual one because I could barely get everything in it the first time I played. I don't think I even did. So, but I wouldn't mind doing a regular Let's Play. It's actually, I think, the first 2D Zelda game I beat. I had a lot of fun with it. But whether or not I do a Let's Play anytime soon, I'm just not doing Let's Plays in general right now. I got too much stuff to do. School and stuff. I mean, my plan is to get this Overclocking Pi video out before my summer... Or, not out, but get everything recorded before summer's up. Alright. I'll actually play a bit further into this than there's just this moment, but yeah. Nintendo is licensing PS4 titles. Well, I'm sure not PS4 exclusive games, but games that are, you know, trying to get what they can out of people who already play the Nintendo, or playing on, that are just exclusive for now. But that's like for any kind of game console or something where it's just specifically we want this specific exclusive for a while. Because that's all really Microsoft does when it comes to that, is they have timed exclusives and that's it. Like, it's really sad how much, you know, Xbox really hasn't tried too hard to have exclusive games. I hate to get into this debate about... You know, back in the day, I used to be very annoying about, oh, I gotta play on this console, but now I'm like, you know, who cares? But you can't not notice that Microsoft has some issues. Getting the game translated would be hard to program, expensive to get known translation, market, and sell it. It's not like, no, it's not like the other games. It's not like Star Force 2 or the other games that got a translation. Well, the issue with the other games is that I think Star Fox I think the original translation was already in English to boot. Could be wrong about that. But also, it doesn't have much text. You know, Mother 3 is an RPG, which means they have to change a lot. And that's the hard part. Let's see, I'll aim for the tree. Nope. Not enough. That was my bad. Come on. So I understand why Nintendo isn't jumping on Mother 3 to release it like other... Ah, so close. Alright, I'll get the next one. But I still hope it happens. Oh, I hope Mother 3 happens. Just because it really is a good series, and it's something that really... I don't know. And to be fair, Nintendo's the one who fucked up the localization of the first Mother game beforehand. Well, I got that. God damn it. Alright, I think you can long jump over here and get it. No, I'm just trying to move the camera. Thank you. There we go. I don't think you can, but... Oh, wait, no, there's a rocket right here. I'm stupid. Don't do that. I was about to get really pissed off there for a second. Oh yeah. All right, we'll go to the other place, and then after that one, I think we have to fight a King Womp, I believe, is in the next level. And after we do that, I think we'll call it quits for Super Mario 64. It got Nazi-like references, but yeah, just be cleaning up in proper translation. Yeah, and I don't think little change because some. Oh wait, no, I forgot this is a snow level. Never mind. Sliding away. I guess we'll just do this one instead. But though I do think we can also go to the Womp level, but. Fuck it, we'll do the Christmas level. Why not? It's wintertime. This should be a good idea. Wait, why did I say... When I did my Nintendo 64 winter levels, I don't know why I didn't think to just play this level. Some levels here. Stupid of me. I'm gonna die here a few times, by the way. Oh, I have horrible control in platformers. I get filled with anxiety. No joke. Oh, no! No! I suck at this game. Maybe NOE should do it instead of NOA. Multiple languages and risking talking Xenoblade Chronicles. Yeah, I could see that. But anyway, to explain what I was saying a second ago. I don't get... Because I think some people are a little bit too... I think everything needs to be literal in translation. I think little changes are fine as long as it's supposed to make it more understandable for the audience that it's shooting for. But at the same time, I do not believe... We're going to do skips now. Camera, work with me! Okay. I literally can't. It won't let me do anything. I'm stuck sliding. Okay, maybe we'll go check out the big whoop instead, because apparently I can't play Mario. It's to control the man, it's not calibrated correctly. Yeah. Though I haven't played them yet, but I'm not personally a big fan of the changes in, from what I hear, the Fire Emblem Fates and... Not Awakening, but the two games that came out alongside Awakening. Because I heard they actually changed bits of story into that game. Not only that, but also taking out content, which is a little ridiculous. Nintendo did that a lot, which... It's like, the Wii U is already doing poorly, Nintendo, and you wanna piss off purists out there? Like, again, like, some people don't understand, like, okay, if you're making a pun in something, you can't just, Oh, come on, I punched ya. Oh, can you only hit them when they're sleeping? I forgot about that. Oh, damn it. I can't play this game worth shit. Everyone's laughing at me. They're all gonna laugh at you! But yeah, but some people think like, oh, they should keep the... There we go, bitch. But a lot of people think like, they should keep like the original like Japanese puns and stuff. Why? Stupid camera angles. I just need to take my time and change the camera angle. Or I could just, take the faster way. Do you drop coins again? Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, wait, couldn't that, like, be easily abused or something? There we go. Though there was one game by Nintendo that actually had a different... Okay, fuck it, we're done. I've showed it off. The game seems to be playing pretty fine now. Alright, oh yeah, we're gonna go to Pokemon Stadium now? Oh boy. This is gonna be a fun one. Actually, did I test Stadium at all? I forgot if I tested Stadium. So, the only thing I did that I didn't point out is that having voices on in Pokemon Stadium, which is Ted Lewis in the background. Oh my god, that background is weird. Okay, that's different. But anyway, in Pokemon Stadium, there's usually voices in the background, which is usually Ted Lewis talking about certain stuff, like ooh, it's Eakins, shit like that. It was actually the original voice actor for Tracy, if you listen closely. But talking in this, his voice is so glitched up that it's actually obnoxious. So you can actually turn off the voices in Stadium, like on your own. And quality of writing is often better of NOE. However, I can't say the same for Dutch translations. Those are just emotionless compared to the English ones. Yeah, probably. So, anyway, we are going to do... I had a team set up that I could play for a bit here, that I registered. So we'll just do that for a little bit. I think it was this one. But anyway, Yes, I do have registered set. Sweet. We'll go with this. But anyway, going back to my conversation, I forgot what it was, but it was one of the Advanced War games on the DS. And apparently the English game and the European game, like both, they're both the same game, have completely different stories. They changed the stories for some reason. So there's like an argument about which game's better or something. It was the darker, not crazy advanced. I never played the Advanced War games, FYI, but it was the darker, not crazy advanced game. I just want to have fun here. Left. Okay. Alright, we did Chancy. Okay, I gotta watch out, because the way the controls work on the actual controller convert poorly. So I don't know. And sometimes especially when you're using the C-Stick, which is just the regular camera stick nowadays, because I'm using a Wii U Pro controller that's going through a wireless adapter. But, we'll do Fire Blast. But for some reason, it makes you pick completely different things. Like, I wouldn't do minimize. And this one here, there's like weird black circles in between them. So, but for the most part, the emulation actually looks pretty good. And speed-wise, actual gameplay is fine. But using the wrong plugin, it won't make this game... Honestly, using any plugin can do this. It won't make the game freeze, but it will make it... Or no, it won't crash the game, but it will make it go at a very slow rate. Like, it will freeze, basically. And then it will finally go back. So I don't need to get any Advanced War games. OH Modders translated Super Famicom Wars recently. Oh, nice! That's cool. It's nice to hear the different translations that finally get through. Most of the popular games have already gotten everything, so now it's just stuff that people don't realize are a thing, Like, I never realized... I thought Advance Wars started on a Game Boy Advance. Like, I know that doesn't make any sense, but I originally thought it started on the Game Boy Advance. So stuff like that's interesting to hear. But I've never played any of the Advance War games. They look fun, but it's probably not going to be my cup of tea. I did really get into Fire Emblem for a bit, though. Which is another game that, not even beforehand, there were some pretty okay translation things going on. I think one of my favorites is in Radiant Dawn. Yeah, Path of Radiant, yeah. That for Radiant Dawn, they ended up... Radiant Dawn, one of the girls is actually only highly implied. Kind of, she only likes girls, where in the Japanese version, she was just extremely implied to be a lesbian. So, there's stuff like that. All these Pokemon that have, I don't even know how I pressed that, but okay. But, oh yeah, that's right, these two buttons work that way. My bad. Nope, that was me. But these guys are using special moves against Chansey, when Chansey is a special wall, and she's also a special tank in this game, in a sense, because she can also fight back pretty damn hard. Yeah, recently I've bought TG16 Bomberman games on the Wii, extracted them for emulation on other devices. Gotta love them, but 94 got no fan translation, sadly. Really? Damn. I want to get into more Bomberman games, because I love Bomberman. I played 64... no, I played Super Bomberman 2, I believe. And I ended up getting into a few others that I can't remember. But, 64 was such a memory for me because the game's pretty difficult. And it was one of those games I was able to beat, though I didn't realize until later there was if you get 100% in the game, you got a secret ending. Not a secret ending, but a secret level. This is Gen 1 King of Games, so it's possible that's the only reason why. It's possible in future games it can't learn Thunder. Though I'm pretty sure it can. Chansey actually knows a lot of special moves, because in this... Keep in mind, Generation 1, special was the same stat. They took off Nidoqueen's face. Oh my god. That's funny. Apparently Jinx is okay, but Nidoqueen's gotta go. Can't have them queens in here. Alright, I guess we'll actually have Nidoqueen on the team. We'll also have... I guess we'll have Chansey again. Would Jinx be okay? Yeah, I don't think anybody can specifically take out Jinx. So she'll be a good team member to have. I think she has Psychic too, so... Fun fact, in the Japanese version of the original, not or the Japanese version of this version of Pokemon Stadium, not the one that had less Pokemon than usual, the Nidoqueen would cup her boobs. No joke. Really, Explosion? God damn it. I'm not a rock type either, so... Though Nidoqueen is the more defensive one, so thank God. But still, being a rock type would have been so much better. Oh yeah, that's right. Sin and Punishment were on the Wii as well. I forgot about that. I think that was fan translated with like subs. Not fan translated. That was just Nintendo translated that, but with subtitles. Battles used on the fly, patch like translation, SAP. Interesting. I do know Nintendo got a few, yeah, I guess we'll just use Earthquake. I know Nintendo got a few kind of looks put at them because I think they ended up downloading a ROM for Super Mario Brothers. Like, they did not have their own copy of it, which is kind of hilarious. I could be wrong. I could be thinking of different games, but I do know they had some issues with the ROMs they were putting out on the Virtual Console. Like, it was like, pretty sure you got this from somewhere else, Nintendo, and yet they're still all like, hey, you better but not be using them ROMs on the internet. Which, they did a big ol' purge not like a month or two ago of Nintendo ROMs. So it's kind of difficult to actually find them nowadays. I had to go online and find a complete Nintendo 64 package to get all these games ready, so... They'll come back soon, I'm sure. It's weird because it's like you think Nintendo would want to do this when the Switch actually has their own Virtual Console. Because it's like, okay, like I would understand if like it like on a business strategy it would make sense if they're like we need to wipe all of the Nintendo games, all of our Nintendo games off ROM websites, and then we're going to come in with the Switch Virtual Console, so people will be like, oh well, either for some reason I can't download them on the internet, so I guess I'll buy Super Mario Brothers for $15 on the Switch or some bullshit like that. What the hell? What did I end up picking? Did not want to pick Aerodactyl. You know what? I want Starmie. But we'll have Nidoqueen as well. And then I guess we'll have... Yeah, Jinx will be a good option as well. Oh no, it was a downloaded version of Super Mario Brothers. The INES header revealed that. Nice! Huh, Japanese subs. Interesting. Yeah, it's weird out of all things. There's got... Oh, I didn't realize Starmie didn't have Psychic. Well, it's a good thing I have other... I mean, it's still a Psychic type, so it's still pretty good defensive-wise. Since it can resist other Psychic types. But... No, I really hope, you know, I hate a lot of Nintendo's business practices, especially with the way they treat, like, again... If this music's too loud at all, they're going to claim this entire stream after I'm done with this. Which is pretty stupid, but for the most part, the volume's low enough. Just enough so you guys can hear it and hopefully hear any... I mean, it really doesn't matter. I'm basically doing this to get footage for the review. The Japanese subs were present in the original Japanese version, just never removed. They probably don't even have the original source code. Could be wrong, but half the time they end up losing that stuff. I know that's what happened to Kingdom Hearts, which is pretty funny. Actually, no, was the code in Kingdom Hearts, or was it lost in a fire? Actually, we got no game audio at all. Really? That's weird. Huh. I'm gonna use Thunder for the lulz, even though actually I think Surf would be more powerful. Unless I get a critical hit. That's... No lie though, this is going really smoothly. Not even just the actual gameplay, but the lag and everything too. So I think I'll do one more, maybe two, and then we'll shoot ahead. Oh geez, we're already at 40 minutes. We got a lot of games to cover. Oh wait, no, this is the third one. Alright, well I guess we'll do the fourth one just because I promised it. You know, it's funny how many things have to be changed because of the differences between American and UK slang. It's pretty funny. What was it? I think Nintendo used... I know there was one in... what was the slang in Super Mario Brothers RPG that they had to change? I am curious about that. But I know for... yeah, I guess we'll have Jinx too. But what was the slang for that? But I know that that Mario Party 8 for the Wii apparently had slang for calling someone, I don't like using the word, but retarded, basically. And I think pest into bugger or so. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure pest has some kind of... I wonder if pest has something to do with different countries, or... I feel like that's something they would call minorities or something. I forgot what the word was for Mario Party 8. Was it? I think it was spaz, because my cousin used to call me a spaz all the time. I mean, stuff happens. People don't realize different languages. It's like, I think it was either in Iraq, thumbs up, or the peace sign, is basically telling some dude to go fuck himself or something. So it's like, here it's like seen as an ultimate, like, hey dude, but other places it's like, what? Alright, so now we got, luckily, Cubone, so we could probably Mega kick him and still kick Cubone. Raichu actually has a lot of physical attack power. Jolteon has the stronger special attack, and I also think the better speed, but having the better physical attack power can be helpful in situations like this. I don't think he could learn any fighting moves in this generation, but I do know in Generation 3 it's actually... That's a good one to have. I did not pick Flash Game. This is why control sticks fail me. I can't remember calculus equations, but it's okay. I know I can remember random video game facts. Joke's on you guys. Alright, I guess we'll have to use Jinx. At least we get to pull out Jinx. I don't think this is her quote-unquote racist glory day. Oh, wait, no, what the I pushed the wrong button. I have to pull it out now because I'm curious, because No. That's why. Wrong button. No. Oh, I can't pick the right button here. Okay. I want to switch out to Jinx, because I think this is purple Jinx, not black Jinx. I forgot if they changed it in this, or if they had to change it for Stadium, too. No, this is actually black Jinx. Okay. I didn't realize this. So how does everybody feel about how how Jinx was conceived? A lot of people think that it's specifically trying to be a racist stereotype, but I've always felt it was the makeup style, the trend in Japan where you dye, you put a bunch of makeup on your face and you color your hair blonde. And I know Jay Witz has argued that it can't be that because it wasn't popular yet in Japan, but it doesn't need to be popular. It can be a thing, like, again, someone could be like, that's impossible. Selfies weren't invented until, like, 2 years ago. Like, no, I feel like that's a similar thing. Oh, yeah, Paper Mario, another fun one. Nope, wrong button. Paper Mario is one of the few games that I don't think will ever get emulated properly. I have that problem on a Nintendo 64. I could not get something to work on my Nintendo 64 a long time ago. How's the heat coming off on this thing? It's a little warm, but should be fine. It usually gets more breaks in between this when I test it. Yeah, I've always thought. Yeah, I forgot. It's the Ganji girls. Yeah, if that's the correct name for it. No, people just like I can see it being Mr. Popo because this is going to be mostly cutscenes, by the way. I can see Mr. Popo being that way because I think it was Tamachi. She's the Pokemon YouTuber. She did a video explaining how it more than likely was racism, not racism because we're gonna get into a fun history time here. Back in like the 90s and stuff, not the 90s, it was way before, like right after World War II. Japan got a lot of America's media during the time period because, you know, they were still rebuilding during the time period after the World War II. But apparently, they literally thought black people were the stereotypes that we showed in cartoons back in the day. And if you know anything about the stereotypes, that's awful. So I believe that also came about to come from a book that got released in Japan. I think it was by a Japanese author who has it's about a child, and I don't think it's anything negative about black people at all, but it has the stereotyped, the big eyes and the big lips kind of thing going on. So I get what she's trying to say with that. I think that has more to do with Mr. Popo and Dragon Ball Z, possibly. But it's one of those things where it's not racist. It's one of those unintentional racism things where it's not trying to make fun of black people's stereotypes. It's just they legitimately thought that's what was going on. And you can see the little glitches here in Paper Mario. So fun thing to talk about during this thing. I don't really like talking about I mean, this isn't as political. I'm not talking about whether or not blank or blank's okay. But we still have the video game topic going on, or at least something media related. I guess I could talk to somebody. I don't know why, but this game looks... I don't know. I don't like the way this game works without having the anti-aim as well as deblur, because, I mean, it could also be the fact that it's also 240p being upscaled, but I don't think this game really looks that well when it comes to this kind of stuff. At least upscaling it might look a little bit better. Or rendering at a higher resolution might be better for it, but overall I think the blur actually helped this game out. The edges are too edgy. Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Oh, what were we talking about? I understand why, though, by that Christmas episode, though, with Jinx. Yeah. Though I think they were also trying to put some subtext that Jinx was a slave in that, a lot of the activists, and I think that's going way over top of what, you know, with the original thing. So, like, they were already pushing with the Jinx issue, and they were, like, pushing even far. I could be wrong about that one. But anyway, let me read your rest of your stuff. But what about Porygon ban in anime? Oh, that's interesting history, actually, thinking about it. I doubt anime wouldn't say anything, considering they got tied after the mother localizations. True. And yeah, PM doesn't look well at all. But, yeah, no, it's just one of those things where it's like, things have, you know... I can see Nintendo never actually commenting on it, because it's one of those things where if they try to defend themselves... they're going to get in trouble with it, but at the same time, if they try to say there's nothing wrong with it, that's not the original intention, people are going to argue against it. It's just better for them to softly be like, okay, we're just going to change Jinx to purple now. So, you know, I think that's the best move, to be quite fair, from a business strategy, is just not to talk about it. And I don't know why. I swear this hasn't happened before, but a lot of the pictures overlap each other, like the medallion on the wall over there is on Bowser's face now. That did not happen, I swear, beforehand. So this is kind of weird. Also, the glass is on Peach's head. Alright, time to skip this. Go, go, go. Hearing a little bit of lag, but not too much. The game still looks awful. That's the thing. People think that, emulation can solve that overclocking is going to solve some of these graphical issues, and it's like it's not. It's the graphical issues are here to stay, folks. This just helps with stability and better frame rates, honestly. Oh no, he busted into Kirby's dimension. Oh, we're actually getting actual lag here. He busted into Kirby's dimension and stole the Star Rod. I always hated that in this game. I always sat back and went like, that's from Kirby, you motherfucker. No, if you want to hear a really embarrassing story. So, this is super embarrassing. So, a long time ago when I was playing I was at one of the Walmarts or something. I saw Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door for PlayStation 2. I have no idea why. I'm sure that basically someone returned it without the right case or something, so they just printed a PS2 label on top of it. But through a paper in there for it or something. I have no idea. But I got pissed off and never ended up buying the Thousand Year Door as a kid because of this. I still have not finished Thousand Year Door yet, and I know it's like considered one of the best Mario RPGs of all time. So fun fact, I'm a fucking idiot. I got all offended about that. I just felt like I'm a kid. I was a kid too. Like what the hell? No, it's because of the compiling thing. One of the Pi and N64 emulator devs even explained the compiling issue. That makes sense. So I wonder whether or not with better hardware, whether or not Nintendo 64 emulation can even get better then. Because I hear there's news for a Pi 4 in 2008. No, I think there should be news in 18, but it won't come out until 2019. So, you know. I hope it'd be able to do something, because I would hate to hear that there's no way to fix this unless the hardware is completely changed. I'll have to look into that then. If you have the wrong plugin running here, these guys are invisible. Which confused me when I played it, when I was doing a recording of it for my original video, because I kind of sat there and I go like, was this in the original? I don't remember this. Alright, I think we'll go until after we're done with one of the fights. Though, wait, is the text all weird? I have to read that again. Okay, no, that's on purpose. I don't know if people can post links. I might have to change that. Enable block spam. What does this mean? You can... I hope this doesn't have a manage moderators. Pop out chat, timestamps. No, I didn't... Okay, good. RetroPie subreddit at the least. Okay. Okay. That's cool. Okay, I'll look for it then. Thank you. Sorry, I don't mess with chats often, so I don't know whether or not everything's actually working fine. So I'll have to look into that in the future. So, but yeah, I'll look into it. So that'll be a good read. It's always fun hearing about how like emulation actually works. I give credit where credit is due for a lot of these people. Though I am curious to see a Nintendo 64 console running off of FPGAs. I think that's honestly going to be the best we're going to get when it comes to getting Nintendo 64 emulation to work. But getting it to work the best, but also looking the absolute best. Like looking and working the best, because the issue with emulation is that it's not one to, you know, emulation is never one-to-one. There's going to be issues where FPGAs can actually, because FPGAs basically try to mimic the hardware itself, where emulation does it's a different method. I forget exactly how it goes. So I'm curious whether or not FPGAs in the future could be a really good solution for Nintendo 64, Nintendo 64 emulator. Quote-unquote emulator, anyway. That picture in there, oh my god, some of these symbols don't even work at all. I never realized that. Well then, that kind of sucks. And we got... Oh, I didn't realize we also had lag going in and out of doors. Okay. Oh no. I quick search to find it. Oh, weren't they working on such a thing? Oh wait, no, it was the SNES, like how those guys did the NES itself. Yes. The Analog NT, I think it was called, for the FPGA Nintendo, or original Nintendo. Super Nintendo shouldn't be too bad. The only issue is just trying to get a good emulator for certain of the chips, because I swear Superstar Ultra lags. Sorry, not Superstar Ultra. Yes, save. But I swear that Kirby Superstar lags a lot. Okay, there we go. I was like, trying to remember that, because I know you have to talk to Grandpa for the Grandpa Goomba first. Goompa, I think. Emulation is through software recompiling the other thing actually to do the same type of code handling as the original hardware. Okay, that's what it is. That's a thank you for saying it like that. That's a good way to explain it. It has more to do with the, you know, it might be just for the intro, yeah. I don't know exactly what the chip does for Kirby Superstar, but I do know that most emulations I've seen, it lags horribly. Like, even on the Pi, it lagged pretty bad. And the thing is, I've never played the original, but even the chip on Kirby Super, trying to do like EverDrive versions of Kirby Superstar Ultra, do not even work on the don't work for, you can't do Superstar, and I think Super Mario RPG as well. Those are the two games that use, like, I think it's like the R1 chip or something like that. RA1. The game works, it's just there's more lag than I wish there was. No, I understand. It's just your guess on how the emulation works. Sometimes, the thing is that sometimes guesses can be completely wrong, but, like, still explain what's going on in a different way, you know? If you get what I'm saying? Like, you could be completely off to how it actually works, but still kind of explain it. Still be explaining it correctly. Man, I remember when I first played Paper Mario. My grandmother rented it from one of those like the game stores. And I played the heck out of it. It was so much fun, and like I did not want to put it down. And my parents were like, well, you know, maybe in the future we can get you one. And I ended up not getting it until like way into the PlayStation 2 era. But man, I still loved the hell out of this game, despite the fact that, you know, the future consoles were ahead of me. Stuff like that. Goomba, why do you usually jump like this? What's that all about? Oh my god. That's funny. Floating Goomba. Why don't you just float in the air instead of flying, jerk? Nope, there we go. Yeah, it's how you think at least works. Again, if not, it's just the way it is. You always look into stuff. B. See, I don't get the way this controller works. So I think it's basing it off of, because usually these are based off 360 controllers. But like if you have like an Xbox controller in your hand, the B button is the button to the far left, and the A button is the bottom button, which is weird because on an actual Nintendo 64. They should have it be that the bottom button is B and the button to the far right is A. Noise the crap out of me. Hey, you know, I'm 18, so grew up with most of the Wii and then DS. Love Super Paper Mario, then got Thousand Year Door. I loved that as well. Super Paper Mario stays my favorite, though, perhaps. I went from Paper Mario to Super Paper Mario, so I didn't realize that, I didn't realize how they had the same style for Paper Mario for Thousand Year Door as well. It was, but Super Paper Mario was good. I would say I liked the first two gameplay styles better, but at least the gameplay and story in Super Paper Mario was still very similar to Paper Mario 1 and 2. Sticker Star Sticker Star was horrible. It really was bad. The only thing good about it was the music, in my opinion. Color Splash was definitely the better version of Sticker Star, but it would definitely be like... Because I've only played a little bit of Thousand Year Door, but I would definitely put what I've currently played of Thousand Year Door. I'd probably put Paper Mario, Super Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door, and then Color Splash. Like it's definitely it's still at the bottom, but I would definitely say play if you're a fan of Paper Mario. Color Splash has a lot of charm to it, where Color Splash still has a lot of charm to it, where Sticker Star just kind of threw most of it out the door. There's still stupid moments. Oh god, this lags horribly. Is that always going to happen? I have to fight another person to see if that will always happen. But hey, retro games got me interested, though, with the Wii U's Virtual Console. Got the consoles myself, which got the PAL region released. Hey, that's interesting. PAL region games, how those work, are actually very interesting to me. Like, I do find that kind of stuff super interesting. Just to see how different things are. Because if so, that makes this game entirely unplayable, if those things will always do that. Did Sticker Star try... It's weird. Sticker Star tried to have, like... I've just never felt like something was more of a gimmick before in my entire life. Where Color Splash, you know, I had fun with... Like, I just got done playing and beating Color Splash. I wouldn't get 100% in the game. Oh, God. It will always do this. Yep, this... Paper Mario on here is unplayable, without a doubt. Without a doubt. Not with that every time you beat a boss fight. Oh, that's true. Bug patches as well. Because it's like, oop, wrong button. Do this instead. But it's like with not Super Metroid, Metroid Prime. The Nintendo, the American, and I think it got either... I forgot if it got fixed in the Japanese version or not. Alright, so we're going to be done here. That's enough Paper Mario. That almost crashed there, I swear. Oh, we'll go through Paper Mario. We'll go through Mario Party down the list. We're not going to go through Paper Mario or Mario Party for that long for each one. Just enough to show whether or not it's good or not. But it's like Metroid Prime. A lot of glitches were fixed in the European version, so that's why the American version is the go-to version. I think it was fixed in the Japanese version as well. So it's kind of interesting. NES games NES games when it comes to Europe as well is an interesting story just because of how much Nintendo fucked up. Actually, that's a lie. How much Mattel fucked up. Mattel fucked up the release of the NES in Japan. Or not Japan, in Europe. And Nintendo had to actually go on themselves and fix it. So that's interesting. And what was it? I believe also... I'm trying to think here. If I remember correctly, they also had it so that the... Oh, why can't I fucking think? They also had it so that, for some reason, like the lockout chip that kept out certain games and also made it so that you couldn't import games. The Mattel version of the Nintendo games the ones that could work on the Mattel couldn't work on the new Nintendo that Nintendo themselves released, or it was vice versa. So that must have been obnoxious. I would hate to be living in Europe in that time and not know what you're getting because you just can't play your game. Did you get the Switch already? Tried the Joy-Cons out on the Pi? You can do the Joy-Cons on the Pi? What? Oh, that's right, Bluetooth. They probably work through Bluetooth. I have not, actually. I don't know. Because the Wii U Pro Controller can actually connect to the Pi's wireless, but for some reason, one time when I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, I was grinding cards in that game, and I didn't want to lose my cards. For some reason, it randomly kicked me out, so I've stuck with my regular one. But I've never even thought about that. Yeah, doing the Joy-Cons. I wonder if the Pro Controller can work for... Because I have that as well. The Pro Controller seems like it would be much easier to get to work on the Pi. I never thought about that. I think I was going to do that the other day, and I forgot. But yes, I already have a Switch. I have, looking over here, Super Bomberman R. That was the first game I bought as soon as I found out Bomberman actually was going to live with Konami. That was fun. But I got Super Bomberman R. And then I got Breath of the Wild. My family got 1, 2, 3 Switch because they thought it'd be a fun game to have. And there's another one missing. Splatoon 2. I also have Splatoon 2. And I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. I don't think I've bought anything on there either. I thought about buying Shantae Half Genie Hero because Pirate's Curse was so much fun. Yeah, the Switch controllers use direct input instead of X input or proprietary. I can't fucking say that word. Proprietary method. Also the Pro Controller. Interesting. I will have to give it a shot. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the Joy-Cons. I think the actual Pro Controller is better. I just can't get used to the way that it's basically two or how the D-pad works, so it's actually buttons. Technically not a D-pad. Oh, this one. Oh, I hate this game. It's my least favorite one. Yeah, I knew I was gonna fall. I always run too early in this. I hate this. Is one of my least favorite Mario Party things. Used it on PC and Android as well. It works fine. Only each Joy-Con work. Not like having the two Joy-Con handles like one controller, but they act as two controllers. Oh, okay. So they're both their individual controller, which makes sense. Wow, these models look really weird. Is that just Mario Party 1? I never played a lot of Mario Party 1. I was a Mario Party 2 kid. But Wario looked a little bit skinny there. Like, dough, I never missed the gym. Trying to lose this weight after all that garlic. But that would be interesting, though, because then you could use the Joy-Con for, Oh, well, I'm out of here. I did this the other day, too, and I was seeing how this game worked. But yeah, you could, like, use it for, like, NES games. That would kind of make sense, actually. Actually, would it even work for NES games? Looking at the controller. If the screenshot / home button is used as a different controller. I mean, I guess you could use the other two switches as the, I guess you could use those as the select and plus button. Yeah, like the Joy-Con. Yeah, if you're using the controllers horizontally, yeah. That's interesting. I'd have to look into that a little bit more. Then again, I don't like the idea of using a control stick when it comes to games that were clearly made for a D-pad. Yeah, it might work out. I'd have to just check it out myself. TG16 multi-tap games. That would be interesting, because usually those games don't have a lot of controls to them. I'm just not going to jump. Jumping's for losers. I'm trying to remember, in Mario Party 2... if there were more people left on the board, didn't you? Oh no, I think this was only in the mini game map at the end of the game. That if there's more than one person left, you lose. Or if you're not the only one left, you lose. But if you end up staying on it, you win. Yeah, because I think that's Mario Party 1 and 2 where you if you're left on there, you get coins. But if it's the mini game island, I think it was in this one. I know you had roller coaster in 2. You can use capture or home button as select. Okay, so that makes it an option then. Like I'm looking at the minus the blue Joy-Con, so you could use the screenshot button as a actual button, and then you could use the minus one as select or something. It'd be a weird placement, but it would still work. So hey. Oh, I forgot we collect 200 after we pass go. I forgot about that. That was a thing in this game. Man, times have changed for Mario Party. It's sad. Mario Party 9 has such good mini-games, but just the new setup is stupid. And I hate the director of it, who's like, man, the old Mario Party was dumb. Like, you don't even have to pay attention to the game. What the? Oh, god damn it. Okay, I'm done. I accidentally pressed the A on the Wii U Pro controller as the A for that game. So anyway, we're going into Mario Party. Now, beforehand I was told that, like, oh, Mario Party 1 through 3 is really good. It emulates really well. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Mario Party 2 sucks. And I didn't realize that 1 and 3 actually play a lot better than 2 do. For some reason, 2 is just so much different. It does not want to work with it. I thought you couldn't use both controllers as the same, You say plus and minus to start. I thought you couldn't use both controllers at the same time. Like as an actual full controller, unless I'm missing something here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You could use the L or ZL buttons instead. So FYI, those cutscenes actually run pretty well as well. Okay, I never realized this until recently. Mario Party 2, the 2 dice blocks underneath it are 64. I just saw that the other day. That bothers me so much. I can't believe I never saw that. Alright, my favorite level to play, or at least for this testing, is Westerland. You know, I can't really pick out my favorite level in this game, despite the fact that I've played it so much, because there's so many good ones. Westerland's pretty good. Spaceland's fun, just some of the, like, the actual setup and everything is awesome, but the way that you can get caught into a loop so easily is obnoxious, so that kind of brings me down for it. Horrorland is pretty good. I feel like it gets me kind of a little bit weird after a while. Maybe Pirate Land. I think Pirate Land's probably my overall favorite, thinking about it. Oh, one game I got on cartridge, Mario Party 2. Woo! Oh yeah, Mario Party 2, baby. Yeah, this was one of these games because me and my sister both got my grandmother had like a babysitting thing going on, both like where she got money from babysitting kids, but at the same time she took in me and my sister when we came home from school and over summertime, and my uncle, who like he just kind of goes and plays the newest thing basically when it comes out, like he's all into like Call of Duty and stuff now because that's what he likes to play, but beforehand he used to love playing Nintendo 64. And when he was done with it, he gave it to my grandmother, so there was a Nintendo 64 at our house. We went nuts on Mario Party 2. Like, this is the party game for me. Like, I think even I think my sister was talking about it the other day, too. Actually, no, it was a long time ago. She was talking about how fun this game was. Love it. Got my Nintendo 64 real cheap, 4 controllers, expansion pack, nice. 13 games included, Stadium 2, Kirby 64, Mario Party 2, Mario Kart, Super Mario 64, so really cheap. That's an awesome bundle of games. You know, it sucks. The Nintendo... Oh, all the lag, it's coming. This game lags so bad. But, the Nintendo 64 had a fantastic line of first-party titles. It just sucks that Nintendo really killed it with the, Nintendo just sucked when it came to, you know, keeping their third party, and they really shouldn't have stuck with cartridges. Even though, you know, us Nintendo 64 players didn't have to stick with load times anymore, it just made it so much more... It was a dumb move by Nintendo. And literally, people are only now coming back to Nintendo as a third-party company with the Switch. Which is pretty surprising that people are actually even coming back, but the Switch has promise. And it's time for Nintendo to take advantage of that, and hopefully I really hope they switch a lot of the way they do their thinking and their business. Even though I know they won't, it'd be nice if they got rid of their stupid claiming everything on YouTube thing. 75 bucks for all of that? Jeez, that's awesome. Not that cheap, but good enough. Hey, you know what? You go on eBay now, and I promise you're not going to find any of those together for 74 bucks. Oh yeah, but oh well, we got other consoles. No, it's true. I'm happy the PlayStation did well. Love this game. This is one of my favorite games on here. I don't even know why. I just got so good at picking stuff out. Like, I'm not as good anymore as I used to be, but, I got so good at being like, okay, on level 4 you gotta look at this one, and then you can get it, and then the last one you just gotta be random. You ain't beating me. I'm gonna lose this. There we go. I had to look at Chain Chomp for that one. And this is the last one. Oh, yeah, baby! Didn't have to guess. Random chance, I got it. But no, I'm happy PlayStation's a thing. Because I love PlayStation. The only console I just never got into was Xbox. Like, Halo was cool, but... Oh my god, all of this lag and all of this... Ugh. Okay, I think it should be easily explained now that the overclocking does not help this game out at all. There's just something that goes on. It's like the game loads something every single time an action is performed. We'll ride across. Woohoo! Toad, buddy, let's go! I had to do bidding. I didn't have to buy anything directly, but when I got all of my... Oh, I forgot you were there. Well, what do you do? Joke's on you, I'm poor. No, I'm kidding. Okay, yeah, that's just too laggy. We're out of this now. But, nope. The Nintendo 64 games changing this controller layout is really annoying me. But I believe I had to pay like 10 or 15 for both Perfect Dark and 007, and I think I had to pay like 8, but ended up being like 12 after shipping for Diddy Kong Racing, which I didn't realize I needed an expansion pack for, and I just realized recently I don't have a fucking expansion pack. I knew I had one as a kid, but I must have gotten rid of it, so now I have to go buy an expansion pack for games, because I have almost never had to need one before. I think the only game I actually have besides Diddy Kong Racing now is probably Quest 64, I think it's what it's called. Oh, I actually dislike, even hate, at some point, for some reason, PlayStation, and love the Xbox brand, but sadly, the one's not performing well, sadly. Oh, by the way, I forgot to say, we hear the audio now. Oh, yeah, so, the emulation on here is weird, because, like, if you were to play a different game, and then decide, oh, you know what? I'm going to go play, I'm going to go play the Super Nintendo emulator. Like, okay, so you're going to go play the Super Nintendo emulator. Now you're going to go to Nintendo 64. The volume is like 2 or 3 times what it is. So it's like, and some of these games are different. Like, Pokemon Stadium is so much more quieter than a lot of the other games, too. It's weird, so. But honestly, I'm keeping the volume down so Nintendo doesn't claim this damn video, so. So but anyway, yeah. So you don't like PlayStation, and you like the Xbox brand. You know, that's cool. I don't hate people on hating consoles. Xbox, the one did a horrible idea at the beginning of this console generation with the whole used game things. I get what they were trying to go with, but the fact is, used games is just a part of life now. And you know, it's like you had to pick one or the other, and people obviously want to keep the used games bit. So. But they just... Xbox needs more exclusives. That's what they need. Not timed exclusive. They need legitimate exclusive games. And it baffles me because they have so many good properties with Rare at their disposal. Like, you know, it doesn't even... Like, you know, make a new Banjo game. Oh, well, Rare's not what they used to be. Get another third-party... Get another company, a third-party company to make a Banjo game. We need more platformers. You know, platformers are dying. Nintendo's like the only company that makes platformers. That and Indie and I think Ubisoft with the Rayman games. Oh, it bothers the hell out of me. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Well, more companies. I agree with how much Xbox had a horrible start, but hey, they're doing a lot better now, and with crossplay. PlayStation's doing bad with crossplay though. Like, it's funny because I heard beforehand, Xbox wouldn't let Final Fantasy 14 players. There was some Final Fantasy MMO that came out, but they wouldn't let Final Fantasy 14 players play with PC and PlayStation players. But now it's like, you know, like the Minecraft can be played with friends on Xbox and even the Switch now. But PlayStation's like, oh, Sony's like, oh, whatever, we're not going to do that. We're going to be all picky about that. And same thing with mods on Fallout stuff. Like, it's weird. PlayStation... I keep saying PlayStation. I need to say Sony. Sony really needs to get their head out of their ass because, you know, as much as Xbox, you know, Sony has a lot of their good exclusives and people sticking with their brand. You know, this kind of stupid stuff is going to get people to go to Xbox. Easy. And yeah, I agree. Those IPs need to get reused again. Ukulele 2 at Feet Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah, get the original developers in. Even though I heard a lot of people didn't like Ukulele. But from the sound of it, a lot of that had to do with the fact that the game was made for Banjo fans, and games have changed now. So it's not about the collect everything genre. But it's like, that's, you know, that's the way things work now. So we need to stick with that, you know. Or that's what fans wanted, and there's really no reason to change things, you know. So... I never played Banjo-Kazooie. Well, I actually had Banjo-Kazooie. I barely played it just because I wasn't... I never got into platformers. You know, I try to play it more nowadays. I want to go through all of the Mario platformers, but... I don't know, I'm weird. But Rocket League and Ultra Chess got CP with Xbox and Steam. That's right. That is absolutely correct. I have Rocket League. Rocket League's fun. And it seems like Microsoft is fine with crossplay on the Switch as well. It's just Sony's the only one who's being a stickler about this kind of stuff, which is stupid. It makes no sense to me. So FYI, I've never actually played a Mario Party 3 fully before. I only ever had... My cousin had one, which I never liked because of the spin and circle games. The control stick mini games, those ones always sucked. And then I played Mario Party 2, but I never got 3. I never realized 3 was on the Nintendo 64, so... I'd love to play through it one day, but my only issue is that I want to play through it with fucking friends, you know? But, I don't know. Since there is technically a story mode, it might be something to try out. Come on, jerks. Fuck you, Yoshi. No! Oh, no! Yeah! Fuck your shit, Yoshi. Anyway, got RL as well, had the Xbox version as well, but rarely played it, unlike on the Switch. And Sony's standpoint is valid for a corporate economic view to keep their market share, but it sucks for consumers. Oh, okay, so they do have their reasons, but... you gotta love shares and market and stupid BS like that get in the way. It's like with, It's like with certain games, like trying to get like Shonen Jump released games in America, despite the fact that since all the characters are owned by separate companies here, you can't do it. There was something similar with the TV show. I don't know if you remember the show Totally Spies on Cartoon Network. There was another show by the same creator that at the same time was coming out in. It was like a monster-based show, and it actually came out on Nickelodeon. But apparently there was a crossover episode, which we never got. And apparently it was actually a decent episode, but it was a crossover episode we never got because of... It was a crossover... that's all. It was a crossover episode we never got because there was 2 different consoles. Kind of interesting. Or you can net play the game. True. Of course they want to keep buying PlayStation systems and their games released on it. Yeah, but the issue with it is that, you know, Sony has the most out of this generation, if I remember correctly. Like, it's all about PlayStation. It's all PlayStation. They have the highest in terms of how many consoles are bought right now. So it's like, they know they have most people, so I mean, maybe they're thinking to themselves, oh, well, most people have PlayStation 4 more than Xbox, so, you know, we don't need to have Xbox players playing with us, but... I don't know, it's weird. I really wish it was something they kept. I mean, I'm still happy that Microsoft decided after they bought Minecraft they were going to keep it out on other consoles. But I do find it funny that they paid $1 billion to keep one of the most popular games of the past fucking century and you know, it makes more sense to put it on as many consoles as possible because people are going to buy it on that many consoles anyway, but it's just funny they paid so much money to not have it to have a game to themselves and it's not exclusive. Channels, not consoles, huh? Oh, did I say channels when I was telling that story? Damn it. Oh! I don't know how to play this. This is the one Proton John yelled at Chugga Conroy for. That was gonna happen. I waited for the Runaway guys to play Mario Party 3 before I actually watched any Mario Party 3 stuff. You know, I'd like to just play through all of the Mario Party games single player. That'd be fun. I need to watch more of Slim Kirby stuff. I think I watched his playthrough of 1 and 2. And I think I tried to watch 4, but 4 is so boring. I just need to skip to 5. Microsoft is like the game development mentality, trying to be open to have games on different platforms, basically. And hey, Microsoft's a tech company, not reliant on video games. It's true. For the most part, if I remember correctly, Xbox has actually mostly lost Microsoft money. Alright, so we're going to be done here. We're done with this one. Microsoft, but not, did I say Microsoft? Xbox has usually lost Microsoft money. It's basically all about, Like, the only time I think they made money was off the Kinect, actually. That was the only time they made money, because the red ring on the 360 fucked stuff up. The Xbox, I think, was too late into the console generation for it to make as much as it did, or at least it was a while before Halo came out on it and basically sold the system. Unlike Sony, who is more lucrative, yeah, and Nintendo. Yeah, I mean, Sony has other stuff, but for the most part, if the PlayStation 4 didn't do well, Sony was going to be done with video games. Because they fucked up PlayStation. It's funny, they dominated PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, they dominated. I still think those two are still the most popular sold home consoles of all time. I do know it's PlayStation 2 and then DS for consoles overall, game consoles overall. Yeah. If it looks like I'm playing horribly, I'm trying to read the chat while doing this. I do have a switcher, not a switcher, I do have a splitter going, so it's actually playing to both my TV and my second monitor. Which, by the way, this crap looks horrible on my... The brightness is way far up on the standard setting on my TV. It's horrible. I never realized how bad games look on this thing. Anyway. Hence why Microsoft is open and Nintendo carefully like Sony, but Nintendo is trying to recover mostly the reason why they accept crossplay on the Switch. To recover their position. Yeah, it makes sense. Like, I could see Nintendo being picky about that too, but they were just like, you know what? It makes sense to do it, and more people are going to be like, oh... Well, honestly, I think it just makes sense in general, because it's like, I want to play with my friends on... Like, it honestly makes less sense for Microsoft to be doing it. Because, you know... Because it makes sense for Nintendo to do it, I think, from a business perspective, because more people have an Xbox One right now. So if a kid's like, well, I have a Switch and I have Minecraft on the Switch, but I can't play with my Minecraft friend on Xbox One, you know, I guess I'm going to go get an Xbox One and play with Minecraft with my friend, you know? So it's actually weird Microsoft's doing it, but at the same time, I'm sure Microsoft is just like, you know, let them crossplay. PS2 is not PS1, I think. I do know PlayStation 1 was at one point the most sold console of all time. But after, I think the order is PlayStation 2 and then PlayStation 1 for home consoles. If it's not second, it has to be third underneath the Wii. Alright, we'll play one more level and we'll call it quits for Mario Kart, and then I'm going to take a quick break so I can get more ice in my cup and recover my throat, and then I will be back. I will keep the recording going, and I don't want to accidentally turn off commentary in case I need to use the commentary in the future. Though it seems like... Stream health has seemed fine for a while, so it should be good. But it will be interesting to see how, you know, the next few years of... I don't know. I feel weird about this generation of gaming. I don't know, it's just because I'm an adult now, and I can't play as much as I used to. But I don't really play much when it comes to Sony and most modern third-party. At least, you know, I get everything on my PC now just because I like PC so much. And I paid $1,000 for this actually, more than $1,000 for this damn thing, so I'm going to get my fucking use out of it. But yeah, for the most part, I play indie and Nintendo games for the most part, just because... The issue is that I've never been a graphics whore, best way to put it. I've never been a graphics whore, so I'm just like, oh, I could play... I could play the new Call of Duty, but I already have Modern Warfare 2 and World at War, so I'll just play those again if I want to play a Call of Duty game. So I'm just more of like, I don't know, Nintendo games are just fun, so I just stick with them for the most part. And again, I'm also trying to catch up on games too, so that's probably another reason. Still gotta play Chrono Cross. Oh no, Chrono Trigger, then Chrono Cross. What other games do I have to go through? I try to beat a new Zelda game every year. I end up doing 2 usually, but... And, you know, I'm trying to catch up on games that I know people talk about all the time. I played a lot of games last year, though. Had a lot of fun playing games last year. I got through the Uncharted series. That was one of the few series I played that I absolutely loved in terms of the newer games. So anyway, guys, I'm going to take a break right now, and then we'll cut back. We'll take on the rest of them. We'll probably spend less time with them, especially... I know Bomberman 64 and Goldeneye we're not going to spend too much time with, so... Anyway, I will be back. Sound will be going, so I apologize for the noise in the background. I'm back. I got a little snack and I got more ice for my drink. What the fuck is making that noise? What the fuck was that? That was weird. Okay, I have no idea what was making that noise. Ugh. Sorry about that. I know what that what it was. For some reason, I thought that was that weird noise. I don't know if you've ever been in that moment where like your nose is a little stuffy and you like breathe and you make a weird noise out of it. You're like, was that me? But for some reason, something was making noise over here. I cannot tell if it was actual air noise going on or if it was some kind of sound coming out of my monitor, but it shouldn't be because I have the headphones plugged in, which shuts out the outside sound. Weird. But anyway, Trickster, I'm really happy that my videos kind of made you think about getting the Raspberry Pi, at least for a little project, you know? It can be nice just to have something in a situation where it's like, you know, maybe I want to play a ROM hack, maybe I want to do, you know, a bunch, you know, try a bunch of different things. You can't always do that because stuff's always going down a lot of times. So you can't always do that. You know, there might be a certain reason. Maybe it's like Little Samson. You're never gonna find a cart of Little Samson unless it's a reproduction cart. So you know, I'm really happy. I hope you decide to go for the project one day if you got time, just to have it as a little thing to just, you know, even if you're just like going over to a friend's or something and you want to play some old Nintendo games. It's easy for travel, that's for sure. It wasn't coming from the fan though. I changed the volume of the fan to see if that's what was causing it, but it was independent from the fan, so I have no idea what that was. I think it might have just been coming from my monitor for some reason. So I don't know. It stopped for now, so I'm not going to worry about it. Actually, was it maybe my own PC? I need to get a de-dust on this thing soon. So anyway, time to get into the game, and a game that will not work ever for probably the whole compiling issue we were talking about earlier. Mario Golf. I want this game to work so bad. Watching somebody else play this game made me go, wow, this can be a really nice, relaxing game to just sit back and play if you have the time for it. I do actually have Mario Golf, but I don't know. I think I actually bought it for the Wii as well, so it's on my Wii U Virtual. It's on the Wii Virtual emulator for the Wii U Virtual Console. I just want to grab it one day, sit back, and just relax and play it. At least the frame rate's better, I guess. This is also one of the only games on the Pi that if you use the wrong plugin for it, it will crash the Pi. There is no unfreezing it. It will stay exactly how it is, and you have to turn off the Pi manually to get it to work. So, I guess we'll use Peach. I love how Luigi's in a weird palette, despite the fact he's actually supposed to be invisible here. And the Pi just crashes. I did not exit out of it. That was the emulator. So, that's Mario Golf for you. One of the few games that didn't work. I've never actually tried Mario Tennis, despite the fact I actually know more about Mario Tennis than I do about Mario Golf. But I guess it's just because, like I said, Mario Golf is one of those games. I would love to have this work on the Pi. It'd just be so easy to turn it on, kick back, relax, play some golf. Time for the biggie now. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I swear, and I'm not lying here, this is one of the few games that actually feels worse after the overclocking, and I'm curious whether or not it has to do with the change in the memory allocation, meaning it has to be the original number, maybe not 260. I could be wrong, it might not be 260, but I think it might have to be the original one. So, I think I saved here recently too, yeah. So I think I'll start in the dungeon. So I guess we'll go into the boss fight. But if you remember the video I did the other day where I did the backflip off of Link's house, that still lags like a motherfucker. So don't think that fixes anything. However, you know what's annoying with the VC extraction thing I'm doing? Can't make the PC Engine CD games work. Got the OGG files and got a proprietary queue, but got no clue how to make it all work. Oh, geez. That does sound kind of interesting. Is that the only CD-based game on the Wii U Virtual Console? Huh. I could be wrong, but it might be because it's the only CD-based game. Okay, so we don't have the thing yet. Yeah, because Nope, the Neo Geo isn't CD. No, I believe it's all in hardware. So yeah, no, that's actually kind of interesting. Oh yeah, yeah, make it work on other emulators, yeah. So yeah, they must have some kind of weird way they run the files then. Then again, there can't be too many CD-based ones. I know Rondo of Blood is the popular one because it's like the only way you can actually play the original. Because even the one on the PSP, the PSP remake game that you can play the original, quote unquote original version of the game on doesn't work. I do know that much. Now we got Castlevania Rondo of Blood, Ys Books 1 and 1 are both examples of PC CD game engines. Yeah. Which makes sense. So there are multiple games. It's not just the one game, but still, it seems like it's the only one. Wait, no. Is there Sega CD games on the? Yeah, I'm trying to think. Are there Sega CD games on the Wii U Virtual Console? I never thought about that. Huh. That's something I never actually looked into. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't. But yeah, I got the CD files, which is basically some custom Q file. I know, wait, no. Translating it, so I can't even know if the bin files are even uncompressed or unscrambled. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that could be an issue. Oh, no, we fucked this up. Nope, we got it. Yeah. Oh, got some lag there. There's so much lag in between the, I don't know, like, the way, when the camera changes, I swear there's so much more lag than there should be here. No Sega CD games? Damn. I figured, like, there had to be one, you know, but nope. Okay. Wait, no, I don't want to hit you. I don't care about you. No. I never realized how much of a pain in the ass it was to try to get these, try to get these C buttons to work. I have so much of an easier time to do this on a regular, regular PC. Like, I swear I could get this to work so much better. There's got to be, like, some weird dead zone for the camera. Honestly, there really shouldn't be much dead zone for Nintendo 64 C buttons. These things are, to my knowledge, they're calibrated differently, so I don't know why it's not already like that. It includes BIOS work, though, for PC Engine CD games. Oh, okay, so the Nintendo's BIOS files that they have work. That's interesting. But hey, the Sonic CD port's on Steam. It is the best port of, you know, you don't hear about many games where the port is better than the original. That is one of them. I think his name's Christian Whitehead, did a fantastic job with that game. Because, like, I played the original PC version on PC that they had a long time ago. That was, like, the first Sonic game I ever played. The 2D one, anyway. Oh, no, don't go away. Damn it. Now we gotta wait for this thing to come back. Hopefully it'll let us. Stay near here and we'll duck down. There we go. Sweet. But anyway, no, when I played the, when I did the video for, the Pi, I heard the collision detection in that game was awful. Holy crap. I could not, because the game itself already has issues with the time traveling can be a pain, honestly. But, oh boy, man, that's, I don't know, that bothered me a lot. I mean, I made a point to say it in the review, ew. It's exactly how it felt. That's exactly how I felt. So yeah, the Sonic CD port, which I ended up playing later on because I'm like, I gotta get this game again. I gotta play this game again. Much better. You know, I really should check out Sonic Mania. I never ended up playing a lot of other Sonic games that much. I played one when I was... I bought one for the Wii a long time ago, and I kind of wish I played 2 instead, because 2 is honestly the better game. But then I ended up getting every Sonic game ever on... from the Sega, buying it from the Sega collection. So I ended up playing 2 again, and while I never beat it, I did have a lot more fun with it. Oh, right, you even mentioned the collision detection issue in that video. Yep! I just could not point it out, because it's like, hey, you can play this game now, but you should probably buy the Steam port, you know? Oh, wait, no, don't go in here. We got the babies on the ceilings. They actually have a different placement, if I remember correctly, in the... Oh, come on. It's stupid. You're supposed to hit where they're connected, but you think if you'd hit something in the face, it would count. Maybe if they fall on their head, they're... I don't know if I want to tell the story. So I was going to... God damn it. I was going to do this stream... I'll read this first. Yeah, you can even use the Genesis collection games as an easy way to play ROMs. To play ROMs basically for other emulators. I would not be surprised. Oh, wait, if you mean the Steam, yeah, they have a bunch of different emulators all connected to one, which is pretty smart if you ask me. It's a good way to do things. But no, I really want to tell the story. So, basically, oh, got my head. So, yesterday I was called into work. They were calling me and they're like, hey, so, you know, one of your coworkers got into a car accident. They need, can you come in for her? And I'm like... I wasn't going to do this stream in my head, but I'm like, you know what, I'll go, you know, because next week I have almost no hours at work, which I'm half happy with, but at the same time, it's like, I'd still like to make money, because I don't make enough off YouTube to... I don't want to say sustain off of, because I'm living free right now, but it's not something I want. I want to have some kind of good income coming in. So, but anyway, so so I ended up going into work. And it was an alright day. I didn't have, I work at a pet store, so I didn't have some dumb, I didn't have to do anything crazy that day, you know. I was like, okay, I can work with today, you know. So anyway, we're actually closing early that day. It's yesterday. It was actually a pretty good day, but oh, come on. Oh, God. Piece of shit. Oh, what are you saying? No. Like, the game ROMs are just found in the game folder. Oh, really? I didn't know that. So you can copy and paste them for other emulators. Sick. I did not know that. That's awesome. Sega, you're awesome. Because you're like the few people who get something. Sega's amazing. Of course not, Y2 is not profitable lately. Yeah, with all the stuff going down. It's funny because I made... It happened to me right when the RetroPie video became popular for me. So it's like, I was like, yay, a lot more money than usual. Oh, okay, it went, because it was just going to go down normally anyway. It just, the amount of money I made off that video, because it's my main source of income off YouTube. I make more from that video. In the past year that I've had that video out, I have made more with that video than I have in the past, Oh, come on. Shit. But, you know, in the past, no, it's 1-3. It's 2-3-1. In the past, like 8 years, probably more 4 years I've been making money off YouTube. The past year I've made almost, I think, a third of what I've made in 1 year. So that's pretty crazy. Yep, Atari Vault on Steam does the same, actually. All the 2600 games are just simply bin files in the folder. Nice. But anyway, so continuing on with my story. At the end of the day yesterday, a woman comes up to me. She waited in line I was at the register for a little bit, but she waited in line and then she came up to tell me that something plastic hit her in the head and she was about to be delirious and stuff. It's just weird because at first she was fine and then like as soon as she talked to me, everything went downhill. So, I mean, I don't want to say anything. It's not my position. It's not like I care. I'm not the one who's, I'm not the one who has to spend anything for this, but it does affect my company. But, so then basically because this plastic thing hit her, we had to call in the fire department to get her checked out and stuff. But The thing is, what hit her was a skinny ass plastic container that's smaller than, like, I'm trying to think. It's probably the same size as a Switch, but it's a plastic. It's a skinny, not hard plastic, a skinny plastic freaking container. Oh, stop humping the ground. Like, oh my god, it was the funniest thing. Oh, come on. Yeah, these controls suck. There we go, there we go. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, basically somebody trying to claim a... you know, it seems obvious to me all she's trying to do is get a... I don't even think she's trying to sue us. I just think I honestly think she has problems. Now, fun fact, you can... when that monster's up there doing that, I think you can actually hit them, which I never know about until recently. This looks like it's running smoother than I ever got it for my Pi3. I swear this game still runs worse at times. I don't know, I'm probably crazy, but I swear there's some issues with this thing that just aren't getting fixed. Oh, I only needed one jump slash, fuck you game. So... but anyway, yeah, so we legit had to have the fire department called for this lady, and they specifically told her there was nothing wrong with her. And she was, you know, like, you know, we don't see anything despite the fact that she's having 1,000 symptoms. Yes, they, I don't know if it's weird. Usually the fire department comes in first to check to make sure everything's all right, and then if needed to, they'll call an ambulance later. I had a friend who constantly had, people who had issues in their family, so they had a fire department called often. So I'm actually used to seeing the fire department for that reason. But basically, the fire department came in to check her out, and you know, and they were trying to explain to her they don't see anything. You know, and the best part is I had to go show I had to show one of the fire department guys where this object fell from. It couldn't have been a few inches from her head, and this thing probably wasn't even 1/10 of a fucking pound. You know, and she's claiming all of these issues, and oh my god, it was just funny. So they were trying to explain to her. It was last night was apparently I think there's a flu going around here right now, so there's a lot of sick people at the hospital, and they're trying to explain to her, go home, you don't need to go to the hospital. Like, I'm paraphrasing here, but go home, you don't need to go to the hospital. And she's like, no, I need to go. So she's probably even I wouldn't be surprised if, well, no, it's 3 p.m. where I'm at right now, so she probably left by now, but still. So wasting people's time, and then obviously she's going to foot us the bill. Also, did you get the Nintendo 64 to USB controller or using something like an Xbox controller? I'm still using the Wii U Pro controller because I love it to death. It has a really good charge on it too, so I stick with it because it is overall a fantastic controller, in my opinion. I know people don't like it, but especially for playing 2D games, it's actually pretty comfortable because like the control sticks don't get in the way. So, but I know some people just don't like the placement, so... I've always said controllers are each person. Uh-oh, we're having issues with the stream. Hopefully everything's okay, guys. If it becomes too much of an issue, I will end the stream here, and I'll start up another one in a second, and we'll go from there. That sucks. We were doing so good a second ago. Wait, why am I on... That's not good. I'm on the wrong internet. And I can't tell if that's because the other one went down or not. I mean, it really doesn't... It matters more for... I'm not connected to the 5G is basically what's going on right now, so that might be an issue. But upload speed isn't affected by how much... my upload speed shouldn't be affected too much, honestly, so... Good evening from Germany. Nice to see ya. Seems like the stream's fine, though, so I'm not too worried about it, but I'm going to hear myself real quick. Can't tell if that's because the other one went down or not. I mean... Seems like it's fine, so I'm not going to worry about it too much, but if you guys start seeing trouble, I will give it a break and switch to the better thing. So anyway, I think that's a good representation of Ocarina of Time. It does, you know, playing the game for longer than a few seconds does kind of make it look like it does run a little bit better than beforehand, but I'm still iffy on some of this stuff. Okay, time for Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards. I still find it funny this game runs so well considering it's a late era Nintendo 64 game. Though it's better. I don't know if you guys saw the emulation for one of the plugins, because you can change the emulator, but for here it's mostly changing the plugin. One of them, Kirby's constantly looking down, and it makes me laugh so hard. More than it really should. Alright, so we will do... This is one of the few games that actually uses a D-pad. You know, we'll do... Wait, no. I don't want to do Wispy. I don't have any powers. Nobody doesn't play Kirby without any powers. That's lame. I want to get creative with power, so I'll wait for it. Oh, we'll do bombs. Yeah. We'll just do basic bombs. Why not? That's fun. And then we'll do, like, the first area of the next level. Just to switch things up a bit. Wait, what? I was motherfucking not dying. I'm sorry, but bombs versus tree is usually... You know, bombs usually wins, unless I'm missing something here, you know? Like, maybe not like firecracker bombs, but, you know, like bomb. Like, Kirby's holding an obvious bomb. It's the most stereotypical bomb you could have. I don't know how many times I'm going to say bomb. Fun fact, if you ever plan this fight in the future, find where Wispy Wood's feet are right now. Like, the feet's pointing right at me. Stay right here. Because when he does this attack, it almost never hits you. Because as a kid, I used to scare me because I was like, oh no, I don't know how to effectively not get hit by Wispy. It just comes too fast. But no, just pay attention where his feet are. Stay where his feet are at. Usually you can just stay put because he usually goes in the right direction. Ah, damn it. I missed one earlier. Oh, YouTube is not recording enough. It shows the video stream's fine. I'm going to ask. One up, bitch. Okay. Just in case you guys can't hear me. Like, the video output's low. Oh, wait, did YouTube change it on its own? Oh, it says it's fine now. Of course, as soon as I say something. Okay. Whatever. Alright. Now, I'm trying to think. Is there a rock-electric combo here? Because if not, this will be one of the few reasons that I absolutely hate the way you get abilities in this game. I know there's rocks in this level, but I don't think there's an electric combo, which you need to get the crystal here. You know, I wish more games would do this 2.5D perspective. It's pretty cool. Though you have to laugh why it's like, Kirby, all the enemies are walking in a straight line. Why don't you go around them? Yeah, I don't want to. I think the worst for me is on one of the levels you have these objects that constantly, like, they're only placed right in front of Kirby. And every time you step on them, they go forward and they want to kill Kirby, basically. And, I don't know. It just makes me laugh because I swear, like, they're there. They want to, you know, they're only right in front of Kirby. He could just walk around them so they don't try to crush him, but he gets on top anyway. Kirby don't care. I used to die here a lot as a kid. Auto-scrollers that at least this is an auto-scroller that makes fucking sense. No, I know it makes sense, yeah. I'm at all. So yeah. Seriously? Well, thinking about it, Kirby always does a good job with auto-scrollers with not killing you. Or at least somewhat in the Kirby's Adventure, Kirby would get crushed by a, I should have made the drill. Your drill will pierce the heavens, Kirby. But no, there's one in Kirby's Adventure where if you don't kill the Nightmare Bubble fast enough, he, if you don't kill the bubble fast enough, the ground comes up and the ground crushes you, which is... Oh, god damn it. Why is the video output still slow? Christ. Nah, this is bothering me. Seems like it's fine. But no, there's one in Kirby that... Yeah, it seems like it's fine. I don't know what the hell you talking about, YouTube, and I got a text message. Oh, family's bringing home food. Okay, let me go tell my dad not to eat anything. Apparently my family's bringing home food. So I will be right back. Hopefully the stream fixes itself real quick. I will be right back. I apologize for the issues. Alright, I'm back. Says stream's healthy again. So, anyway. So, I guess we'll just make things quick. I'm almost done with this level. And this is the part you have to do the rock and that for. But no, our internet's just acting up right now from the sound look of it. So, of course, as soon as I start streaming. I had to find a good combination of stuff to do to get this stream to work out. XSplit's definitely better, but I want the master copy stuff. Oh! I guess you have to come up here to get the electric dude and then switch, which I guess works. WB? What's WB mean? I can never get the jump down right. Alright. Kirby 64 runs basically fine. The only difference is that the cutscenes still have the black borders around them for some reason. Now, I played this the other day. Literally, I was literally going through the complete ROM set that I have, and I'm like, I might as well throw Duke Nukem 64 on here. The original run ran just fine. I apologize if I can't play properly, because the controls are weird. Oh, welcome back. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm out of the loop when it comes to a lot of single stuff. We'll do Piece of Cake, because I don't care. But this game basically runs just fine, which kind of makes sense. It's all really 2D stuff. No, I'm sure some other games probably would have issues. I think Quake was on... Was it Quake or Quake 2 that where there was something on the... No, I think it was Quake 1. It was also for the Nintendo 64. I feel like that would have issues. Oh god, the controls. I can't get used to this. I am going to die. Wait, nope. There goes Z. I feel like I could get this to work on a Nintendo 64. I won't play much of this. This is just here to show off that, hey, this kind of game works. So, you know, you could try more of the old first-person shooters this way. Oh. I wonder, is the Nintendo 64 version of Duke Nukem decent at all? I mean, I know it takes out a lot of stuff because of Nintendo censorship back in the day, but I mean in terms of, like, maybe either speed running or exploit, stuff like that. That's what I'm curious about. Oh, God. Duke, stop humping the wall. Though to be fair, that's what I've been doing, and I recently played through the first 3 levels in Wolfenstein, because that's literally the classic, very first-person shooter, and I literally the whole time I was fucking the walls, and God, I feel like this would be better on Nintendo 64, but the control sticks are just too sensitive. Because I know the actual Duke Nukem, you can literally walk on walls. It's kind of funny when you think about it. There's some Jesus jokes in there somewhere. Jesus could walk on water. Duke Nukem could walk on walls. I don't really care finding. I don't even know. I don't really care about going to the end of the level. Oh, I'm out of bullets here. So, we'll just skip here. Duke Nukem 64 runs pretty fine. Sounds good to me. Oh, my ear hurts. It's my only issue with these headsets. Okay. So, I played through this one a bit. Oh, yeah. Still some lag in the opening, but that's bound to happen. Actually, let me check the temperature real quick. It's warm, but it doesn't seem bad, and I have not seen a thing on the corner of the screen. And keep in mind, my fan's on half speed right now. This thing sounds like a helicopter when it's at top speeds. So that cutscene also lags a little bit less than usual. It usually lags a lot, but I don't think it lags at all, actually, with the overclocking settings that I have. And also this lags a little bit less. Like, you can hear the little bit of, like, the clips and music now and again, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Alright. And I don't think I'm running into the camera issue I had the other day. I think the Glide 64, the Glide plugin works pretty well for the Nintendo 64 stuff. Though I do hate... I don't know. I wish there was more of a good camera... way to change the camera. I can't get it to work. Alright, let's see if I can at least try to get to the boss here. I do need to collect more bananas, I believe. Actually, thinking about it, I haven't seen any bananas. Like, not the big bananas, but the small ones. Now that I'm thinking about it, this could be an... Unless it doesn't show up until you look at the... God, the camera in this game sucked. I was blaming the emulator, like maybe like it was an anti-piracy thing, but pretty sure it's just the games now. Now we need to go hit all the things. I think we can hit most of them from here, but you gotta watch out for a few of them. Oh, wrong button. Actually, it's the right button, just the wrong fucking... No. Oh, damn it. Okay, we'll just fall down. Why not? Yeah! DK ain't gonna deal with your shit. Oh! Come on, shoot it! No! I forgot the controls. There we go. Okay, there's bananas. Okay, good. I got a little worried there for a second. From what I've heard for Raspberry 4, I think they're talking about something for 2019. So we might hear something. I'm trying to think. How do you? Oh, there we go. I'm trying to remember how to put away the gun. But I've heard that, so hopefully that means we'll hear something in 2018 and it'll come out in 2019. So I No, I didn't mean to do that. I do personally think that if you do want to get these kind of emulators to work, you're going to have to wait for the Raspberry Pi 4, personally. My personal opinion. Stupid bees. You don't even make... You're not even a bee, you're a hornet. You don't make honey. You kill honey. Nope. Fuck you. I really should get a USB to N64 adapter, though. There we go. Okay. I remember when I was a kid, this next one took me forever. Is it... No, not that. Is it left? Okay, I think it's left that you gotta do to put away your gun. No, I didn't... No, it told me to jump off. I'm trying to jump back on. Okay. Nope. Why does... Oh, no, it is the left one. I'm just pressing the wrong damn button. That explains it. Nope. Your thanks has 2 dots next to it. I don't know. Were you just telling a joke when you say when's Raspberry Pi 4? Mr. Jailbreak Junk, sir. I'm just curious. Oh, no. Come here. There we go. So far the game's been good. I've been terrible. It's the control stick C-stick, which is funny because, like, I've heard some people talk crap about, like, the playing Ocarina of Time on the, because a lot of people talk smack about Ocarina of Time on the GameCube, that port of the game, because they think it's like, oh, well, you know, it's... can't do the control stick, and I've never gotten that issue before, but like here it's like, okay, yeah, I can see it now. Anyway, I was gonna play to the boss fight, but I'm having too much trouble here, so I think we're just gonna skip this for now. Seems like the game runs fine. There are probably a few issues now and again. Beforehand, I've seen glitches where Donkey Kong's arm goes in a weird direction, so you know, it does happen, but it's not something to worry about. Oh, thanks for your feedback. Okay, cool. I didn't know if maybe that was thanks. Like I was missing a joke or something. That's all. I don't want to... Just want to know whether or not I'm being dumb or not. It's basically what I have to do every day of my life. So this cutscene runs a little bit better. Actually, with this overclocking, sometimes I swear Bomberman's going too fast. I don't know if I'm just weird, but I feel that way. And these little black things right here, there's supposed to be cutscenes going on during the whole thing. Stuff like this. Even on Project 64, these cutscenes are all messed up. Like, the face, like, when the people are going, or like, moving left and right and stuff, their face, like, lags, so it doesn't actually go onto their face. It's really funny, actually. Because I was like, I'll play an emulation version of this game, and it didn't work. Though I am curious how the Wii U Virtual Console port does. Alright, I would like to actually... Yeah, see, these things. It feels faster for some reason. It bothers me. Makes me a little on edge. So, I guess I'll fight this... I'll do the second level, the third level, and then I'll do the final level, which I haven't completed yet, so I have to actually beat it to get to the boss fight. Friend or foe? Come on. Because I need to show some graphical issues. Oh god! Bomberman, go! Yes, got your thing. Ha, joke's on you. I have your heart now. Baby. Please. You don't love me like you used to. And now I made this awkward. Really? You were just gonna stay there? Oh jeez, I really need power-ups for this. There we go. Okay, I think one more hit should do it. When it goes too fast, try changing the 6 count. That fixed my out-of-sync intro issues on my PAL Smash Bros. The 6 count? I have no idea what that is. You gotta tell me what that is. Is that a setting on the Pi, or is that like maybe a monitor thing, maybe? Goes too fast, try changing the 6 count. I'll have to look that up. Or is that maybe like the memory allocation? No, because you would say something memory. I will write that down for you to look that up. Oh, damn it. After I beat it. So, usually at the end of each fight, if you see the little cards down there, they're called gold cards. They're supposed to show up. There's supposed to be one next to the time limit, and there's supposed to be 4 above it. There's supposed to be, I don't know if... It's been a while since I played... Wait, I can't remember exactly what it was, but basically it's like, I forget if they're like invisible like they are here if you haven't gotten them yet, or if it's they only show up if you get them, but there should have been some shown up and none of them show up at all. So that's a glitch for this emulation. N64 emu settings. Okay. I will have to look that up then. Though, to be fair, I actually don't mind the emulation being a little too fast. I'd rather have it be too fast than too slow. Because it seems like it's running a decent 60 frames, so... Which I don't even think the original Bomberman did. On the actual... It's on... Oh, you're talking about Project 64. Okay, I thought you were talking about the... Well, no, you said fast, yeah. When it's too fast, try changing... Okay, never mind. No, you were talking about that. It's on Project 64 setting Assault, so see if you use something on the 6 counter to lower it. Okay. I never had the fast issue on there. I had the issue with the game just having tons of other issues. It was not fun at all. FYI, finding all the gold cards in this level sucks. I remember getting so far and getting most of the gold cards, and then I died. And I was like, son of a bitch. It died as in, like, you got the continue going on. You need to continue to continue. Oh, well, this is fucking stupid. And then the game's telling me, you're fucking stupid, Michael. Can't even play Bomberman. Can't play an old game from the Nintendo 64 properly. I forgot about these guys. No! Damn it. I need power-ups. I'm low. I'm gonna need it for the boss fight for sure. I need the fire. I need at least a bunch of fires. Those don't mean anything to me, game. Love this music though. I should use one of these for Pi review. At least for the overclocking bit. There's a lot more music I want to use, but it's like, it just doesn't fit well. Though, to be fair, in my last video, you could barely hear it. I usually make it so that I want to make sure that people who are listening on headphones aren't having blasted music in their ear. There we go. Yeah, we'll have some good ones. We'll get some good power-ups here. I think you can leave and come back and they'll still be here. And luckily, in this game, you can't light the power-ups on fire, thank God. They probably figured since it's in 3D now, they should give you some slack. Honestly, I think it makes more sense not to keep some certain tropes for... not tropes, but certain things for... to not keep all of the old rules for games when you're switching to 3D. Because I feel like that was an issue with a lot of games that switched to 3D. They just couldn't make it interesting. Alright, and this should be the last one we have to go to now. If I remember correctly, you get a card for defeating, like, it's like 100 enemies or something, and then you also get a card for... I almost got hit there. And then you also get a card for Yeah, it's like after you beat a certain amount of enemies in a level, and then also you automatically get one if you get enough crystals. And luckily, you don't have to do this in the regular levels, but if you fight bosses in this game, it's really stupid. You have to get each individual... How do I put this? You have to get all of the cards at once. So if it's like, oh, you have to take off the boss's tail and punch his second cousin's sister in the face or something like that, you know, you have to do it all in one go. What the hell? Okay, that was a glitch. Oh, no, I'm dead. God damn it. So that happened. That was fun. Good thing we caught that. I lost my damn heart though. Well, that's fun. Anyway, I forgot if going down here. Yes, I believe you can. Oh, no, that doesn't work. Alright, I'm just gonna fall down. I think you can get a super bomb if you go that way. You have to get like a remote control bomb earlier. It's basically how getting the gold cards in these level work. Speedrunning this game and getting 100% are two completely different things, sadly. That scared the crap out of me. I heard that guy swinging his thing, because most of these enemies, if they run into you, you're just like, oh, you fall over. Like, ah, dang it. God, my leg hurts a little bit. I would have been annoying if that motherfucker killed me. But the guy who does the swinging, he basically swings blades around. Yeah, the enemies, above the enemies defeated and right next to the time should be where you get golden cards from. Oh, baby. Big old dragon. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, he's gonna bite, he's gonna breathe fire. And I usually bite on the first go. Oh, nope, he's actually just gonna fly. That, I don't think he does that as often. I think he's end up... Hot, joke's on you. You gotta watch out so you don't kill yourself in these situations. Actually, I probably should have gotten a heart first. Yeah, take that! This guy's kind of a bitch to get all the cards, because you have to find a way to, like, get his something. Which, it can only happen if he, It only happens if he does the whole flying thing and he goes underneath the bridge. Some of these bosses, though, I swear, the water one gives me such a heart attack. The water level in this game. It's funny because most of, like, everything else is actually fine. Actually, the water level, the everything going up to it is actually pretty nice, but ugh. No, I don't. I'm hitting him before I'm lighting the damn bomb on fire. There we go, at least got his wing. Come on, no, come on, what are you gonna do about it? I don't know, can you fall off these sometimes? I never checked to see if you can fall off these, because this game's mean enough to let you do that. Right, and after this we'll have Bomberman the second attack. Oh, come on! This is getting to be a little ridiculous. Pretty sure I passed the par time by now. No, not overclocking on Nintendo 64. Sorry, I should have clarified that. But it's RetroPie, meaning that's on the Raspberry Pi. So this is the Pi. There you go. Oh. Okay, boss fight looks fine. I'm done. I'm done doing that. That bothered me too much. I'm sorry. God damn it. But no, this is overclocking the Raspberry Pi 3 so that you can get better the emulation doesn't lag as much for certain games, including Nintendo 64, PSP, Dreamcast, and some people also use it for the MAME arcade emulator, but I'm not testing that for the overclocking review I'm making right now. Alright, we're gonna skip this. Alrighty then. Story mode. So this game, it's one of those games that only lags a little bit, actually, when playing. So overclocking, it's probably going to get some decent results. Oh, I forgot, you can't kick bombs here. It's weird this is called Bomberman 64 because it's so different. Though it's a great game. I played through most of this on an emulator the first time I played. So I'm, because this is actually one of the more expensive Nintendo 64 games. Alright, man, thank you for the info. Nice stream, though. Thank you! I hope you enjoy it. I want to do more of these where I just show off what the Raspberry Pi can do. Not even just the overclocking bits, but just in general. These are fun. And they get some decent views. So that's incentive enough for me. I'm streaming. Ah! I am not doing well right now. I'm going to see if I can get to the end of this. I'm pretty sure I've already beaten the boss fight here, so I don't think I can fight him again. So, actually, I don't know what I'm doing. What I need to do is I need to go over here. There we go. Oh, I know. We do have to fight. That's weird, because I think the game saved that we collected the thing. I wonder if this is going to be a glitch. That'll be interesting. If so, I'll end this after that boss fight, because... yeah, this sewer portion has a lot of bad lag here. It's pretty terrible. Hi, guys. Yep, gotta stop the pipe where the water's coming from. But yeah, this sewer section has a lot of lag in it. I don't think any lag, and I remember playing this on my really old PC that I got, like... it was when I got out of... when I started high school, so god, that was a PC back in 2008? A laptop, anyway, and it was, I think it was a pretty decent laptop for the time. It lasted me a long time. It was only, the only reason I honestly stopped using it was because the video... no, fuck you. It's because the Wi-Fi stopped working on it. Because I used to use it as my... like, I would just keep it on all night long while I watched... because I used to watch YouTube... I still do, actually. I only watch YouTube when I go to bed. I don't like having the TV on. Okay, so this motherfucker can just... can't get hit at all. Those are the rules, apparently. Really? Not dead yet? You gotta be kidding me. Sorry, that wasn't enough firepower. El stupido. Alright, it's 2.5 hours. I'm gonna call it quits for this game, guys, but you can already tell it's pretty... there are moments where it's lagging, there's moments where it's okay, so it's something to watch out for the most part, so... again, overclocking might be a way to play this game. You know, honestly, I would consider it somewhat playable even without the overclocking, so I think this is okay. And now for one of the more harder Nintendo 64 games to emulate is Goldeneye 007. It's got some issues, and playing this game recently, I was actually surprised about I knew the control setup was not what it used to be. You know, control setups were different back then, but still. But this game still lags. Cutscenes are bad, but cutscenes are always bad, so who cares about cutscenes? I think we'll just go through damn... actually, I can't go through the other ones, never mind. Something I found funny is that this game actually has a widescreen mode, but the widescreen mode is super hilarious because it actually just shrinks the screen so it fits, so like it makes it widescreen, quote unquote. And I was wondering whether or not I should try doing something with it for the Framemeister's sake. And there we go. Thank God for auto aiming. So, but yeah, this game, even at the settings I got going right now, still lags pretty badly. Not horrible, don't get me wrong, this is a far cry from what we had before. This game used to be awful. Nope. Thank you. But yeah, no, this game used to run like butthole, basically. So, you know, it's not horrible, like I'm sure some people would say. Did you really just come in here going up? He probably left. Bond's lazy, if you ask me. Right in the nuts. Oh, no. He's got one testicle left, though. Can't let that slide. Ah, dang, we didn't get the other testicle. What do you do, though? I don't know. I'd be down for the count if I was shutting testicles, probably. I'd be out. Sorry. Fuck this war. Look at all this lag. Ugh. I was reading somebody on Reddit said that this game has no visible lag, and I'd you know, I'm sure maybe he just didn't do as much testing as he should have. I'll talk about it in my review, the guy I'm talking about, but he actually if you look it up online, he gives really good information on how to get this overclocking working, and he gave me a good starting point personally. Is that a headshot? I think that's a headshot. Nope. I was just shot through the heart. 'Cause it's too late. You give love a bad name. Okay. I think we're good. I love how you can beat somebody with the gun. I don't know. I found that pretty funny. Alright. Where am I? Oh, okay. Right over here. This is where you were hiding. Jerk. You're rude. And inconsiderate, sir. I didn't mean to cycle through my weapons. I'm just going to ignore that guy over there. I'm honestly really excited. Because I know these kind of I know Goldeneye has issues with emulation. So I've always decided that I needed to get myself the actual copy. And I do have a copy of it now for the actual Nintendo 64. I played this game when I was a kid, but only my cousin had it. And he must have gotten rid of it or sold it or something. Because I ended up not only... My grandmother ended up giving me all the Nintendo 64 games she had. Because she just didn't need it anymore because she doesn't babysit anymore. And the people who are at her house don't want to play Nintendo 64. Okay, so he got off the bomb, so I'm just gonna chill up here. Actually, this is stupid. I should be, there we go. Yeah, feel this lag? Someone said this was not laggy. I mean, it's playable lag, don't get me wrong. There we go. I don't know. Man. Oh, this guy already came out. Okay, okay. Because as soon as I tested every game I got off eBay when I did my bidding war. Oh, I forgot we got a Magnum now too. Yeah, bitches. Bring it on. Let's go. I think this is a Magnum anyway. If not, it's Magnum-like. I was upset there were no real Magnums in Fallout New Vegas. They're my shit. I don't know. I just think it's like the coolest gun ever, basically. What was it? I was reading something recently where someone was like, they made it so that They made it so that a rifle could fire, I think, magnum bullets, I think they were saying. And I love the comment of fuck you, fuck your cover, fuck the guy behind you, and fuck my shoulder. I feel like that's such a perfect understanding of of those kind of bullets, at least in my opinion. All right, and I think if you just come up here, you can just end the level. Yeah, what the hell? I went like all underground and shit when I played the first time. Didn't realize you could just end the... I'm like, I'm pretty sure you don't have to do this. I was right. I don't know, maybe there's some secret shit you're supposed to get or something. Alright, so that is... we're just going to do this level, guys. That is Goldeneye. Again, overclocking definitely doesn't fix the lag, but honestly, that was somewhat playable. The only issue is that with something like an FPS, it's... no lag is a lot more different than like in like Mario or something like that. So, you know, I definitely just stick with the Nintendo 64 version if you got it. So, anyway, guys, that is it for overclocking on the Nintendo 64. I've been here for 2.5 hours. Thank all of you for hanging out with me. You know, especially Trickster, talking a lot today. It's been a lot of fun conversations today. So, a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, I want to keep this here for you guys. It'll take a minute before this comes on YouTube. It'll be unlisted, too, so I can fix up all the tags and everything. But, you know, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to give an in-depth show for people after they watch my, when I make this overclocking video. I wanted to make it so people could be like, okay, this is what it looks like in motion, not just what I'm saying over a camera kind of thing. Or not over a camera, but for a review, you know, because there's different kinds of stuff. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out. And hope you guys have a good one. I do not know if I'll do another overclocking stream for PSP and Dreamcast, because those are my plans for the reviewing. I'll do N64, PSP, and Dreamcast. If I do, I'll do PSP and Dreamcast all at once, and I will not be testing a lot of games. So, yeah. Thank you too, Chaos. Thanks for showing up as well. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope it's awesome, and I hope you guys have a good one. Catch you guys later. Yeah, hopefully I'll stick with the, I think I'll do it in the future if I got time. Next 2 days, I'm busy, so I won't be able to try it until Monday might be a decent day, but we'll maybe hope Monday or Tuesday I'll do the next overclocking if I'm feeling it. I might just do it on my own, or maybe I'll do some just footage on my own and I'll just show it off. Not actually recording footage, just streaming it for you guys in the future. So, anyway, yeah, catch you guys later. Hope you guys have a good one. Take it easy.